Ryanair passengers shouted "adios" as they waved goodbye to a drunk woman and her partner as they were escorted off a plane by police. The pilot of the Alicante to Dublin flight was forced to make an unscheduled stop in Santander after the couple allegedly became aggressive at 35,000 feet. As the woman was met by police off flight FR7063, she began swearing and yelling as laughing from fellow passengers could be heard in the background. Footage showed the woman being escorted off the plane arguing with a civil guard, Spanish police officer and an air stewardess before being led away with her partner. Frustrated passengers sitting nearby could be overheard shouting out, "See you tomorrow," "Adios," and "Goodbye," as they were led away. As the woman was met by police off flight FR7063, she began swearing and yelling. Image, El Diario maintains they broke into a spontaneous round of applause as the unnamed pair were led off the plane, with several of those on board filming the unexpected early departure amid loud laughter. A witness told Spanish broadcaster Cadena Ser, a woman suddenly got up and began to shout at an air stewardess. She had been drinking a lot at Alicante Airport and was drunk. She began to get up and shout when she was on the plane. The crew tried to calm her down but couldn't. We were then told to stay in our seats and put our seatbelts on, but this woman carried on shouting as if she was mad and an idiot, and in the end we were informed we were landing at Santander so she could be removed. When we landed, she didn't want to get off at first. She began shouting again and sticking her middle finger up before she was eventually removed from the plane. Although the behavior of the couple who left the plane was described as aggressive by officials, the footage appeared to indicate the woman's partner may not have been to blame. The pilot of the Alicante to Dublin flight was forced to make an unscheduled stop in Santander. Image, El Diario maintains one of the Irish passengers on board the plane could be overheard saying to a companion as those on board filmed the extraordinary scene, and the couple were escorted away. "It's terrible for him." The Ryanair pilot made the unscheduled landing just before 4 p.m. at Seb Ballesteros Santander Airport, named after the famous golfer who was born in the area, around an hour into the 3-hour flight. It took off again around 5 p.m. local time after the passengers left the plane. They were not arrested, as is customary in Spain in situations of this kind. Local reports said the man and woman, believed to be in the mid-50s, were spotted afterwards inside the airport terminal trying to buy new tickets back home. Their whereabouts this morning was unclear. They, or at least the unnamed Irish woman if she is deemed to be the sole offender, could face a fine for breaching air security after civil guard officers took them off the aircraft to formally identify them. Ryanair passengers shouted "adios" as they waved goodbye as they were escorted off a plane by police. Image, El Diario maintains the Spanish Aviation Safety and Security Agency, AESA, the state body that ensures civil aviation standards are observed in all aeronautical activity in Spain, will be tasked with deciding the size of the fine. A spokesman for air operator AENA confirmed the civil guard had been asked to remove 2 passengers from a Ryanair flight which made an unscheduled stop at Seb Ballesteros Santander Airport, but said she couldn't comment on their nationalities. She said 2 people on the plane were acting in an inappropriate way and the Ryanair pilot decided to land in Santander after asking for police to meet them on the tarmac. Normal protocol in these situations where air security is being affected is that the pilot diverts to the nearest airport and the passengers held responsible for causing the air security breach are removed from the plane, and this is what happened. The aircraft touched down around 4 p.m. yesterday and left again for Dublin at 5 p.m. local time. A spokesman for the Civil Guard in Cantabria, the region Santander forms part of, confirmed an Irish couple had been removed from the Ryanair plane after it touched down at the airport. Ryanair said the incident demonstrates why they want to limit the amount passengers can drink before they board flights. Image, PA, he said, the pilot asked us to attend because he didn't want 2 people who were on the plane and being aggressive to continue their journey. The couple left the aircraft voluntarily after we went on board and did not have to be removed by force. Their personal details were recorded and they were informed they were being reported for breaching air security. They won't face any criminal charges but are likely to receive a fine from AESA, the state body that will now move things forward. I cannot comment on what happened in the plane because it wasn't something the civil guard witnessed. The message from the plane was that they were being aggressive. Sources said they believe the unnamed Irish couple may have ended up having to take a taxi to Bilbao Airport, 65 miles away, a busier airport than Seve Ballesteros Santander, to make sure they got back to Ireland the same day. A spokesman for Ryanair said, this flight from Alicante to Dublin, the 10th of January, diverted to Santander after 2 passengers became disruptive in flight. The aircraft landed normally and the passengers were removed and detained by police upon arrival, before the aircraft continued to Dublin. We will not tolerate unruly or disruptive behavior at any time, and the safety and comfort of our customers, crew and aircraft is our #1 priority. This is now a matter for local police. This is exactly why we are calling for significant changes to prohibit the sale of alcohol at airports, such as a 2-drink limit per passenger and no alcohol sales before 10 a.m. It's incumbent on the airports to introduce these preventative measures to curb excessive drinking and the problems it creates, rather than allowing passengers to drink to excess before their flights. At the start of the month, a Polish man was taken off a Ryanair plane that had just landed at Malaga Airport from Stansted after leaving the aircraft via an emergency exit and climbing onto the wing. Polish expat Romuald Grasisk was later warned he could face a fine of up to £40,000 for breaching airport security, although it is unlikely authorities will ever get any money out of him because he lives in a charity flat and busks for tourists outside Malaga Cathedral to make a bit of pocket money. He apologized for his action after his stunt, blaming his drastic actions on an attack of claustrophobia after a delay leaving Stansted and another unexplained wait when the plane reached Malaga, but admitting, "I'm ashamed, it was a mistake," revealing he had traveled to London with an invite from one of his 3 nieces who live in Britain. He added, he said, "I hadn't arranged to meet anyone and I wasn't late for anything. I don't know what came over me. I felt a little bit of claustrophobia. I became nervous, I didn't understand why we were in Malaga and couldn't leave the plane, so I saw a door that said, 'Exit,' and left. People began to applaud me and encourage me by doing the thumbs up. I wasn't going to jump. When I reached the edge of the wing I saw it was too high, so I went back inside the plane.